So I published a video yesterday. Title of that video, let's just review. She tested positive for the herp and the HIV. Now this video was a story of this lovely young lady right here recounting her testing false positive for the herp, but then it coming back later that she had the HIV. Now one of the comments that was in my comment section, and I saw this a couple of times, was that there's another part. I said, Another part, you say? Now, when I originally received the link to this video, it was via email, and I only received that link. Now, that link was to this video up on TikTok. Now, this video has 715,000 views, which is the full totality of the video that I responded to. And I was like, what do you mean? Apparently, there is a part 2 that has a fraction of the original views. Lord knows why she split it up into 2 different videos to leave it at a cliffhanger. But nevertheless, I want to finish this particular story right here. I'll leave a link to the original video down in the description box so you guys can reference part 1 of this story. But let's get active.
So I went back in the lab. She drew my blood and everybody in there was so sweet. Anyway, so she draws my blood and then she tells me to go pee in the cup. So I go pee in the cup. Then I went back to the front and I was like, oh, do you guys do rapid tests? Because I know they do like finger pricks places and you get the results back right then. She's like, no, we don't do that here. I'm so sorry. I'm like, okay. So I go back into the office, into the nurse's station. A guy walks by and he was like, oh, hey, like, are you here so that we can start your regimen? And the nurse was like, no, she's here for the viral load count. He was like, oh, okay, well, make her an appointment in 2 weeks so we can put her on a regimen. He's like, oh, wait, 1 second. I have meds in the back. I'm going to give you some meds. He goes back to his office. I look at the nurse. I'm like, is this the doctor? She's like, yeah. He never introduced himself, nothing like that. Now he comes back with 3 bottles of Biktarvy. It's 7 pills in each bottle. And he says, okay, this is enough to last you 3 weeks. Start taking them today. You can take them with food. You can take them without food. You can take them in the morning. You can take them at night. It does not matter as long as you take it every single day. That's the most important part. I'll see you in 2 weeks. And then he walks away. And then that's when it hit me. For some reason, that medication in my hand, baby, it hit me like a ton of fucking bricks, okay?
I am not sure what this Biktarvy stuff is, so let's take a quick look. According to its own website, it says it's the #1 prescribed HIV treatment. Let's take a look. Biktarvy is a complete 1 pill, once a day prescription medication used to treat HIV in adults and children who weigh at least 55 pounds. It could be used in people who have never taken HIV-1 medicines before or people who are replacing their current HIV-1 medicines and whose healthcare provider determines they meet certain requirements. How it works. 3 powerful medicines were designed to attack virus right away and work together to lower the amount of HIV in your blood to undetectable levels. Okay, many patients can get to undetectable levels in as quickly as 8 to 24 weeks. Okay, good context.
Okay, I literally wanted to bust out crying right there at that nurse's station, but I didn't. So I walked out of the office. There was a guy sitting on the steps right there. He's bawling his eyes out. I'm guessing this is his first appointment or something. He just found out that he got, I don't know. But I'm like, oh my God. Everybody in the waiting room, like some people crying. Some people like look like they just got done crying. Other people on the phone. I'm just like, oh my goodness, it's too much. So I walk out,
a war zone,
and I call every single clinic in the area, right? Planned Parenthood, every clinic, HIV clinics everywhere. I'm like, do you guys have the free rapid testing? And every place is saying no. On my way home, I was watching TikToks of like people who tested positive for HIV. And there was this one lady who was like just spreading awareness of like at home rapid tests. And she was like, yeah, you can go on this website and get them for free. Oh, okay, cool. I'm gonna do this. So then I got home, y'all. As soon as I walked in my front door, I like just started bawling, crying. I was just like, oh my God. It's crazy because I didn't really have an emotional reaction at first, but I started noticing I had no appetite, like no emotional reaction, but my reaction was physical. I could not eat. And then I was like, oh my God, this man really gave me HIV. Like, now I have to call this man. First of all, we're not on good terms. We're not even on speaking terms, right? So now I have to download this app to text this man to tell him to call me. And then when he gets on my phone, I have to say,
what app?
Hey, I tested positive for HIV. Not only that, but you probably gave it to me because there's literally nowhere else I could have gotten it. I work in healthcare, right? So it's like you could have gotten it at work, but not really because I have not had any kind of incidents. Now I'm really crying because I'm like, I don't want to call him. I don't want to tell him this. Like, and you gave it to me? Like, you know, like, I honestly, I'm not going to say I I wasn't mad that he gave it to me, but I was just like, if he has it, I don't think he knows. I don't like, there's no part of me that thinks like, oh, you did this to me on purpose. So I was like, I'm not calling him right now. I am going to wait until I get the viral load back because I was an emotional wreck, y'all. And I was like, I'm too emotional right now to get on this man's phone and say anything. So I just cried my little eyes out. And then after that, I was fine. Like, again, it went back to like the no emotional thing. But again, I could not eat. It felt like I was withering away. I'm not even kidding. Like, the time it took me to get them results back, I started feeling malnourished. So that was March 11th, right? So then 2 days go by, March 13th come, and they give me a call, and they're like, oh, hey, this is the clinic. We actually forgot to give you a rapid HIV test. And I said, I literally asked y'all when I was there if I could get a rapid HIV test, and y'all said no. And they were like, oh yeah, no, that was wrong. We should have given you a rapid one there. Can you come in today? I get there, she pricked my finger, take the blood, put it in this tube, poured some red solution in it, shook it up, and then poured it in this small little white bowl, right? As it was going in the white bowl, she took a tube of blue solution, poured that in there. It turned clear. So she's looking in it. I'm looking in it with her because I'm like, what are we looking at exactly? And then she was like, okay. You ready for the results? I'm like, yeah. She's like, this test is negative. I'm like, huh? She's like, yeah, this rapid test is negative. She looks at me and she's like, are you pregnant? I'm like, no. She's like, are you sure you're not pregnant? I'm like, yeah. She's like, are you positive? I'm like, girl, at this point, I don't fucking know. You tell me.
Are you HIV positive? I'll be honest, jokes aside, clinics like this that will give you a positive test result, doctor will walk in, throw the medication up on the table, walk out, barely say anything to you. You walking out into the lobby and there's a war zone of crying people. You lose 10 to 15 pounds over the next week. You cannot find the rapid testing. Clinics like this need to be investigated. Straight up. Let's continue.
At this point, you got more information than I got. Am I pregnant? God damn. But I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. I don't think I'm pregnant. Like, I know I'm not pregnant. And she's like, well, I don't know why you tested positive on the blood test and tested negative on this test. Let me call my supervisor. I can hear the supervisor on the phone. The supervisor's like, what the fuck? And she's like, who told her she was positive? And the nurse is like, her blood test told her she was positive. I'm looking at it in the portal. She's like, you're sure the rapid test is negative? The lady's like, yes, I'm literally looking at the rapid test right here. It's negative. The supervisor's like, wow, that's weird. I don't know. And then she asked me again, like, there's not a chance you're pregnant. I'm like, I'm not pregnant, girl. I'm not pregnant. Fast forward 1 week later, the 18th, I called them, hey, what is going on? Like, I still don't have any results back. You said it takes a week. And they said, yeah, we don't know why you don't have the results back. That was on Tuesday. On Friday, the 21st, I called again. Hello. Like, what is going on? It's been a week and a half. Now, y'all pissing me off because now I have a follow-up appointment on Tuesday to start this regimen. And we don't even know what the viral load is because we ain't got it back yet.
She still has the big target.
Like, we don't know why you don't have them. Like, we're actually going to have you talk to the doctor. We're going to have him give you a call. He gave me a call like a couple hours later and he's like, yes, have you been taking your medicine? I was like, well, I took the rapid test. The rapid test said it was negative. He was like, it did? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's weird. Well, the blood test is more accurate than the rapid test. So you still need to take that medication. Like, make sure you're taking it every single day. Doesn't matter when. You need to take it. We're going to get the viral load count. You're going to have an appointment with me on Tuesday so you can come in person. He stressed that fact. Your first appointment has to be in person so that you can set out the treatment plan or whatever. And then everyone after that, you can do it on the phone. The nurses will call you on Monday. We don't have your results back now, but we should have them back on Monday. If we do not have them back on Monday, we are actually going to call the lab and have them ordered stat. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. So Sunday comes, I get an email and it says, I have results uploaded into the patient portal, right? Immediately, I went to that patient portal. And I looked on there and it says something about like patient identification required or patient something about identification. And I'm like, what? What does this mean? Like, Monday comes, I don't hear from the nurses. The appointment time comes and goes. So I call the office. I'm like, what is going on?
Yo, this is crazy.
I have an appointment tomorrow. It's in person. It's for me to start the treatment plan. He said, I need the viral load before I start the treatment plan. So if I don't have the viral load by tomorrow, it's pointless for me to come in. Also, why didn't anybody call me for my appointment today?
Right.
She's like, let me check your chart. I'll call you back. She checks. She calls me back. She's like, we're going to have the doctor call you tomorrow. And I said, he said it has to be in person. She's like, we're going to have the doctor call you tomorrow. He's going to call you on the phone. Okay. So now it's the 25th. The doctor finally calls me and he's like, yeah, so I'm looking at your viral load count and actually you have no viral load count. Like, there's none detected at all. Nothing. And I'm like, so why did I test positive? He's like, I don't know. I have no idea. So you're telling me that I don't have HIV?
Incompetence.
He was like, no. So the rapid test and this viral load test confirms that you do not have HIV.
Yo, this is crazy. This actually explains why she can explain this so calmly. But again, just imagine the incompetence. And this also tells a bigger story of it's not just about going to the doctor, but also ensuring that it's highly rated. They got good customer service reviews, because not all clinics are created equal. Going from a reactive to a non-reactive score is absolutely diabolical. But I think even more than this, like, listen, tests might be wrong on occasion, but it's the fact that nobody is getting back in contact with her. When your healthcare providers seem not to give a shit, that should be the last time that you do business with them. Let's go.
He was like, for some reason, it's just some antigen in your blood that tests positive for this specific HIV test. So now every time you get tested positive for HIV, you have to let them know that they cannot give you this test because you will be positive.
Was it her first test ever?
I just about fell out on the floor. He's like, yeah, we don't know. This only happened to very few people. It's not often that people get a false positive on HIV test. Like, you know, you're very lucky. He's like, you don't have to take the Biktarvy anymore. Obviously.
Oh, so she started taking it.
But we do need to see you back in 2 months so that you can retest. So just to confirm you are negative. What are the odds that I test positive and get false positive for the 2 sexually transmitted diseases, infections, whatever you want to call them, that you cannot get rid of? I don't know what the antigen in my blood, but thank God I don't actually have it. Moving forward, I will always
good thing she didn't call that guy.
Let them know that I test positive for herpes if they give me that specific test. I also have to let them know that I test positive for HIV if they give me that specific test as well. And I can no longer give blood ever in my life again because I tested positive for HIV that one time. But like, I hope this inspires y'all to go get tested. And I hope that this opens y'all eyes to how quickly you can get some shit. Because I went from literally nothing to literally all hell breaking loose both times.
Talk about a plot twist at the end of it. Shout out to my comment section again. This was a plot twist that getting 2 false positives, I mean, that is absolutely insane. And although this was a very bad situation, it could have been a lot worse if she called the guy and had to tell him. I mean, inevitably it all would have came out that, you know, nobody had anything, but still, what a horrific thing to go through. But outside of all of that, what I want you guys to also take from this whole story is that all of those people that were out in the waiting room that she saw struggling with the news that they just heard, I mean, there is a chance that all of them could have had false positives, right? At this stage of the game. But more likely, they didn't. So still, at the end of this, the advice is to wrap it up, wrap it up, wrap it up. I even saw some folks down in the comment section of yesterday's video that were just like, nuh-uh, that's not true. If you have a condom on, you can't get herpes. No, Google it, baby. Google it. You still can get it. You still can get it. All right. It reduces the chance that you can get it, but you can still get it. None of this stuff out here is 100% effective because there can be defects within it. Just like with anything in life, we all should be as educated as possible so that we can understand the truth about the world that we live in so we can make the best decisions for us, for ourselves, going into the future. The world is a grueling place, but we've civilized enough of the world for it not to appear as grueling, but Mother Nature, you can go to Discovery Channel and see how grueling nature actually is. But it's survival of the fittest out here, all right? And those that understand more information about the world that they live in increase their chances of living a long, successful life. Shout out again to this young lady in detailing this story. Not exactly the ending that I thought that it was, but I'm happy that I had the opportunity to come back on here and go through the remainder of it, all right? Questions, comments, concerns. Y'all already know what to do. Me, go to turtlesandreviews@gmail.com. Guys, write any other additional comments down below. What else did you gain from this story? Have you guys ever false positive? Leave it down in the comment box down below, and I will see you guys soon. Until next time, YouTube. Peace.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber, screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a hot